you said something that's important.
Again,
I think
can't
running
talk
the
about
football
guys
is an
like Quentin
attitude.
Johnston,
Like, it
Lavin
starts with the offensive
Former
lineman and being
beginning
physical,
with the
having a
Jersey
nasty
League,
attitude.
John
Running
Collins
back,
coming
same
back, I
thing.
think
I
not
think
playing
they need
last
more
week,
of
so
that in the
he is,
second half.
he
You
is
know, and I think
but
again,
I
if you're
wouldn't
this
trust any of these
defense,
guys
you have
in
an
terms of
opportunity
must
to
start.
make a statement here. Yeah, I know
Regardless,
you
he's
guys
been
went in
amazing.
at
He's
halftime,
amazing
you
in the first
riled
two games,
yourselves
and
up,
then
and
he
you
comes
told
back
yourself
last
that
week
you
in a
think
tough
you can run
matchup
the
against
ball on
Detroit.
us. On
This is
this
going to be
very
a tough
first
matchup
drive,
for
we're going
Detroit.
to
Chiefs
prove
have
to
been
you,
very
just
good
like in the
against
first
opposing
30
guys.
minutes,
It is
we
not
can
just
win.
the offense there. He's also the
He's
top
knocked
playing the
down in the
whole time. He's
backfield.
banged up
He'll
his
lose a
offensive
couple.
line. So you have
Tell you,
quarterback
trying to go draw in the
100%
middle of the
offensive
field,
line,
that back
playing
had
100%,
nowhere to
and
go.
a
The
run defense that's really
he
good.
was
J.K.
tackled
Dobbins
right
looks like
away.
the best one.
So you see a big returning for these guys this week. All right. We have wide receiver problems in Philly. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith absent from practice on Thursday. They
Back to
travel to
throw.
Tampa
It's
Bay this
Bauer,
weekend. And
Nicolosi.
Jamie missing Thursday
And to
practice
get
from
rid
a
of it
fantasy
quickly.
standpoint is usually not a
Good
great sign.
job to toss that ball out of bounds
And
and
I guess
avoid the loss.
as well, the
And
owners
the
are going to
Rams
make sure
will
he
put
does
it
not
away on
know that
fourth
hamstring
down.
injury. The fact that Devontae Smith is not clear of the concussion protocol already probably suggests that both guys are going to be out. But obviously, something to keep an eye on with Friday's injury
He'll
report.
bring it
When
back.
you look
It's
at this, is
Buckley.
Jake Brown still a top 10
Little
quarterback?
pressure
Because I
on the
think
coverage
Boston
team
line
there,
is
and
really
they'll stop him at
more.
the
And he won't get
47-yard
enough
line.
production out of Dalvin
Southern
Cotter, who's my number
Mississippi
one
has
tight
it
end.
back,
You
and
saw
the
last week,
Golden Eagle
11
offense
targets, 10
headed to the
catches,
field.
170 yards.
That last
He should be
drive
a
was
monster once
promising
again
for
because
a
anytime
while, but you
somebody's missing from
just
the trio,
can't
the
mess
other
it up
two
at
guys
the
tend
end
to
with a
step up.
pick,
Well, now two
Jesse.
guys are
No,
missing,
you
and so
got to
that
be
is
able
be
to
clearly
finish
going to one of the
drives,
passing catches.
especially in
We'll
this
obviously take
game.
on
If you're
Barkley's
going to
numbers
win
in
it,
the passing
David,
game
they've got to
uptick
be able
as
to
well.
eliminate the
Although
mental mistakes.
rushing
And
is
I don't
matched
think
up
you
for
get
him because
concerned
Vita Vea
about
is so
playing
good.
safe.
I
You
don't
can
care if the
trust your
starting
guy.
block
I
no
think
matter
you
what.
put the ball
The
right
question is,
back
do
in
you
his
trust any
hands
of the other
and
guys
let
in
him
the
do his
receiving
thing.
corps? The one guy in a desperate situation would probably be Jahan Dotson just because we've seen some flashes from him in the past. But really, this is such an
On the ground with the
inconsistent and
counter.
really uninspired group.
Just
But
a
they did go make a
solid
trade to
stop
get
by
Dotson.
this
Hopefully, this is his
sophomore.
opportunity to
The
step up
big
like we saw
defensive
Jalen
tackles in the
Jennings
middle,
last
they're
week.
not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong. And I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up. And usually,
I don't
they don't get
expect
out
that
of the
by
mix
any
of those
means,
big
but
boys.
this is his chance now to
And the
shine.
Golden
He's up
Eagles will
yeah,
line
Jordan
up to
Humphrey
punt it
quits
away.
Dallas Goddard.
He
One of
hopes
the
it
first
turns
two
out
guys
better
to
than
play.
last time. He had the other one blocked.
We mentioned the
This is
Chiefs
a
are going to
spot you
face the
see
Chargers
many
this week. We talked
returners
about
try
how
to
tough
take
that
a
matchup
chance,
is
but
from the
not this
Chargers
time.
standpoint.
Fair
This week, the
catch
defending
just
champs
inside
bring
the
back a
40.
block by adding
The
Kareem
offense
Hunt
lining up for
to
a
the
first down
53-man
play.
active roster. I stashed Hunt when they signed him to a practice squad a couple weeks ago in my deeper leagues.
Wide
Davey,
out in
is he
motion.
worth a start this week?
I wouldn't start him this
Off
week.
play
You know, I
action on
think he did
first
the right
down.
thing in stash, and he probably stashed him one more week. Let's
Finds a
see
man
what
by
Still does
himself.
again. He
Off
wasn't
he
great in the
goes.
first game without Isaiah
And he
Pacheco, 17
cruises
carries,
his
over
way into
70
the
yards
house.
rushing, minimal work in the passing game.
Touchdown,
If you look
Colorado
at where
State.
who's going to come from, are they going to come from
And you can
Steele?
tell
Or are they
he
going to come from
trusts
Devontae
his
Peters, who had
big
6
tight end,
carries, similar
airing
to
the
Morgan back
football
in the game
way
that
down
Steele
the
did last
field,
week.
treating him
So I
like a
think he's
wide
going to work
receiver
on him.
because you
Look,
know
he's
he's going
29
to
years
go
old.
up,
He did
make
not
the
look
big
good
play,
last year when he was
get you in
returning
the
to
end zone,
Cleveland. He
score
did
a
not look good
touchdown.
at home. That could be an option for him, but really I think that's where he
On
wants
the
to start.
run from
The other
inside
needs
his
to be
own
there for the
5.
goal line from
Didn't
Buckner
find
and
any
Pacheco.
crease in
They're
that
still trying to
kickoff
figure things
coverage,
out.
and he'll be
Again,
stopped
Steele
at
is
the
a returning
17.
fullback, so he's not a long-term answer
Southern
that we're looking
Mississippi
for.
ready to
And let's
send
just
that
keep this in
offense
mind.
back
You have
onto the
another
field.
spot.
The
Offensive line
sledding
has
has
to
been
make
tough.
a return
Scores
on
have
the
been at a
NFL next
premium,
week, and
Jesse,
he
and
may be their
every
best running back
possession
going forward. So
seems
I
like
think
it
what
could
you did
switch
is the
the
right thing
momentum
for
of
him
the
to
game.
take him in.
Yeah, Reese, for this.
Pick up
And
Humphrey
he's
still
running
available,
in the
stash him,
open.
see what happens. But please don't start him this week because there's still some
Slammed to
possibility
the
the best
ground,
running
but
back this
not
week.
before he gets
Speaking
the
of
first
stashing,
down.
Carolina got a
All
massive
right,
win
David, as
last week,
someone
both
that
on
loves
the board
defense
and
and sound
psychologically. Maybe
defense,
a 2
how would you evaluate your job fitting that role?
To quote the great philosopher Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Defense is about making the ball go where you
You
want
gotta
it
be
to
so
go.
excited
Like
about
guys
Jonathan Brooks
doing
right now
their
because the
job
first two
and,
games it
and
looked like, oh
fitting
my
into
God,
the
why did I
second level
draft this
play
guy? Because his
correctly.
offense is
That
going to be
was
absolutely
a
miserable.
clinic
Yet
tape
the week
on
three
what
game
not to
with
do.
Andy Dalton, with
They
Chuba
got
Hubbard, where he had
nothing
5
on the
catches,
last
55
play, and
yards and a
second and
touchdown,
10.
had over 25 fantasy points, and I think he's going to have another huge game game this week. He's obviously my start of the week in this matchup against Cincinnati. They've been so bad against opposing running backs. So we'll see what happens moving forward. Now, the flip side of that, being excited about Jonathan Brooks, is that Chuba Hubbard still does just one more
And they
game.
wanted it
He's
all
probably
on
not
that
just going to be
incomplete
relegated to the
pass.
bench. We'll
Instead,
see
they're
all
looking
of
at
Jonathan
third
Brooks. They're
down.
probably going to ease him in a little bit, which makes
This
sense for a
receiver,
guy
his
as talented
speed,
as
he's a
he is,
guy
coming
you
off the
know
torn
his
ACL.
QB
But
is
eventually,
going to
he'll
look
take
for,
over this
especially
backfield,
on
whether
these
it's
deep
60, 40,
shots.
80,
You just
20,
can't
however it shakes out. He
overthrow
wants
him
to
when
be the
he's
best
that
running back
wide
in
open.
Carolina
That's a
because I do think
huge
this
missed
offense is going to head in
opportunity.
the right direction. But
Trying
they
to
figured
move
out
the
their
sticks
quarterback,
on
at least for
third
the short
down
term.
through
So
the air.
Andy Dalton is great
Finds
right
space
now.
on the right.
The running game could be great this week. Jonathan Brooks' arrow is definitely pointing up. That's the quarterback game that they made Harold.
He's our senior fantasy expert, Jamie Eisenberg, joining us to get us all set for the weekend. Dealing with
Try to get it in with the run.
Receiver man.
They get him down
And
after
you
a
start to
4-yard
you get
gain
more
to
out
the
of
6.
overall fantasy
The Golden
football.
Eagles
Jamie
will
and the guys
hustle to the
sports
line.
to give you all the information that you need, the stuff that they're getting on an hourly basis as we get towards this weekend's action. You can download and follow Fantasy Football Today wherever you get your podcasts. Scan that QR code, listen to the latest Start Sit episode right now.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Buys a little time.
No.
Can't make the grab as he was
Come back to the ball, man. What's the fuck?
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot. And these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
It's been terrible now. Tank Dell, I mean, that was not ideal.
And Jamie saying that Tank Dell could maybe stats, Jonathan Brooks. Maybe stats to ring
I'd
out.
like to do that. Yeah, I feel
6
good.
plays brought them here. Now number 7 on 3rd and goal. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to push their way into the end
Let's
zone.
go, baby.
Touchdown, Southern Mississippi. And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst. And shows all of those attributes right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Penn State is running away with things, and it's thanks in large part to an offense that's been firing on all cylinders. They're up by 21 over the Sharks. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Get this over with.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that.
And I really like when offenses attack over the middle of the field. Between the linebackers and the safeties, there's usually a soft area that you can usually have some success. And really nice job by this offense taking advantage of those areas.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. They'll try to snap it quickly. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Getting some heat.
Yeah.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
Well, after putting up 5 sacks in their last game, this defense was hungry for more coming into this one, and they knew it was going to be maybe a little bit tougher going up against this offensive line. They've had some struggles in this game so far getting to the QB, but they finally got to him.
The kid's not that. We need to go to you. We need to for $8.99 and get your game day delivered with Delicious.
That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on 1st down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on 2nd down. Looking for a crease to the left. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And how about that defense in the back?
Hey, boy.
Nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for loss.
We might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Pocket starts to collapse.
See ya.
And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
The left hand
The
and the
Rams
left.
will
Think
call
that this
on
should
their
pretty
punt
darn
team.
crazy.
4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on the punt. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Southern Mississippi has it back, and the Golden Eagle offense headed to the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
First down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. They're trying to get to it.
Oh, come
He just
on.
throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on second down. Quarterback checking off. White going to attack through the air. He fires it out to the right.
Oh, no.
Slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And he's going to go down at the one.
He's never a doubt. You kidding me? He had a 2-yard cushion there. Like, he knew exactly where he was on the field. He tried to throw the ball down the field, create some space, right, to make it easier for your play caller. Quarterback gets sacked, but thank goodness it wasn't a safety.
He will signal for the fair catch after a disastrous punt. This is great news coming up for the offense. Colorado State takes over the Ram offense, returns to the
He
field.
was pissed.
They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a
No.
shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
I feel like he's still in it, so I don't really see it there as being a shot. He's announcing. He
They'll
should
try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now on second and goal.
Presented by Chief. There's only one. Let me welcome in Richard Johnson and Tom Cornelli. Guys, it is so great to see you. Tom, this is going to take.
They'll keep it on the ground to the left, sniffing the goal line. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third.
Nick Saban wasn't on that line. It's a new era in college football for sure. Kirby Smart recently
We've
saying
reached
he
the end of the
doesn't get
quarter,
any
guys, and
chances to
Southern
beat it.
Mississippi
And
has the lead.
tells me
They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after three quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. If they can get it in here, we can have a thrilling end to this game. It is third and goal.
A very
To the air. It's foul with Nicolosi.
Yeah.
It is in.
Yeah,
For
that's
the
good.
lead, he almost had himself an interception in the end zone. It'll be fourth down.
Short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down.
So I think going into this
Down in the
matchup,
final period in a tight game, and they will go for it on fourth and goal.
He doesn't have the national titles and all that stuff, but he has
Must have
won
passed.
everywhere he's been. He has had very good teams. He reached the title game last year with
Pressure
Washington,
comes.
which was an incredible.
Yeah.
So I think they help him out. Even if it's not he versus Nick, but he versus Nick, those will be very good.
That's just a play the quarterback can't make. Fourth down, down by the goal line. That ball's got to find its way in the end zone somehow, some way. You simply cannot take a sack. I know it's difficult. The defense is bearing down on you, but you've got to be able to negotiate that throw. At least give somebody a chance at the end zone.
Offense getting set for first down. Discards a man. Nifty run there. Pick up a 6 out to the 25.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go. But this is where you love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, not enough.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced
Okay,
the
take
third
us a
down.
minute to
How
get used to
aggressive
this.
does the
You know,
offense
it's
want to be in
been
response?
usually
Because if I
the
throw the
biggest
football,
of the
get a
season
first
for
down,
Bengals.
I can
And
win.
he
And the
this
quarterback
Heisman
is
Trophy
knocked
race.
down
Carson
back at the
versus
13.
Jalen Miller.
And the Golden Eagles
Slightly
will
above
punt
that
this
for
one
him,
away.
the current Heisman
And don't
Trophy.
forget, he did
But
have one blocked
Richard,
earlier.
just how much do you see
A
things
low
maybe
line
swaying
drive
in
and
terms of
not
this
his
Heisman
best
Trophy
work.
race when a winner
He'll
is
signal
declared on
for a
Saturday?
fair catch after that weak punt. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Second down now after the sack. These DBs going to give a little cushion. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards. And the Rams moving quickly to the line.
Shoot.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it.
Yeah.
Sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
So far this season, it feels like we have a different odds-on favorite after every single week. It's like whoever had the biggest game last week suddenly becomes the favorite right now.
The Rams will send out the punt unit.
Really
Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Another punt on the way. Gotta make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse.
Jalen Milroe plays well.
Southern Mississippi ready to send that offense back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first down.
He's going for a big play downfield. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
You got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end of coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And you're there in the second half defending a deep ball.
Second and 10 here. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
Only lead their team to win by
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it up at 29.
The defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps. The offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
It'll be a first and 10 from the 29.
In the receiver game, this is going to be a
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And the defense is going to have more plays like that. He has had a ball game so far, running wild all day long. Defense finally comes up with a stop. Maybe get a little momentum here.
Over 100 yards already in this game. So if I'm on defense here, I'm adding more guys to the box, anticipating that they're going to continue to give this guy touches today.
He's not going to try to just manage the game, just kind of grind it
The
out.
give to
He's
the
going to look
tailback.
to take shots. He's going to look to put a lot of
Squirts
points on the
across
board
the 30
and
to the
force
32.
Georgia to
They
get
pick up a
something that
5.
they shouldn't have with them.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now third down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
He's more of a safety release back
Now
than he is
facing a
big
third
play
and
guy.
long.
So I think Arian Smith has a chance to be that. If he can do that this week, I think Georgia's got a good chance to pull off.
Quarterback checking the play. On third down, he drops the throw. Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning.
Offense last year. So when they pace that offense, keeps efficient, keep the chains moving.
Handoff to the single back.
This year,
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on.
Being really consistent in
Movement here from the tight end.
For Carson Beck. Carson Beck is not this guy.
Off the play fake.
He
He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been right.
This third down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game.
In this game and show themselves and give Georgia a little bit
White
more
wants to throw it.
dimension.
Looking to the big tight end.
For me,
On target. Will. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Golden Eagles will snap it on 1st and 10.
First time since 2007.
Looking for a crease. It's great.
What is your play here?
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The clock will stop with his timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
I think that I look at Alabama on offense and I see them as a boomer bust outfit. And I think Georgia will be able to keep the top on.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on 2nd down and maybe put this thing away.
You make them be efficient. You make them try to drive 8, 9, 10 plays down the field. And I'm not sure Alabama can do that to the extent of putting them down 28, 30, 35.
Running back searching for a hole. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
You start day one trying to get base runs. Need a few yards on runs plays. Need a first down. You run these plays, you rep them over and over and over again. Not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that boost in downs when you need them.
On first down from the 13-yard line.
And now they've got a backup in there, and that also will impact
give
the
to the
two
single
tackles
back.
if they have to. For my
These
side,
situations are preached so much in
but going
college
up against
football.
this Alabama
Finishing a
defensive
game
front, if
strong,
Carson Beck has to
understanding
drop back and
circumstances,
kind of
they
get
are
into the
running the
shootout,
football
I
right
worry
at
about
you,
that line's
trying to
ability
keep
to
that
hold up
clock
against this
moving,
Alabama
get a
front.
few
And I
first
do think
downs,
that
and
while,
get a W.
again, they're not efficient,
Operating in
but
the
I do
red
think
zone here
Alabama will
on
be able to
2nd
get enough
down.
explosives against this Georgia defense to kind of give themselves the advantage. So I'm taking the Tigers.
To the ground with the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
So you can go.
Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read.
Showdown in Tuscaloosa. Kickoff slated for this one. 7:30 prime time. Curtis Martin.
They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock.
Nick Saban.
So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. You already have the lead. Scoring is always good. Milk the clock, and it will be your friend. A 1st down run in the red zone. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter, and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score.
This is
Looking to convert the 2, and he will not. The defense gets to him with the sack. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Mama, I just got the iPhone 16 Pro.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
we spend so much time
Everybody
designing and
lined up, quickly
refining,
snapped and
creating the
spiked to stop the
control
clock.
and the feeling that comes with
And here comes the
perseverance.
offense on second
And with the
down.
time we've spent on the
This
other
defense will
pieces,
try to keep
the best
everything in
time
front.
is right.
Looking to throw, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Hauls it in. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they got it down to the 23. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. Got to get everybody to the line and spike it to stop the
Just
clock.
one lead. 12 hours of uninterrupted joint game movement. LD. Strength to last 12 hours. Admire you see symptoms like power
Defense
agency
rolls
always
up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
It's tough to throw the ball down here in the red zone, man. These windows, they open and they close so quickly. You've got to have great timing, and right now this offense doesn't have it. They've thrown 2 straight incompletions setting up third down.
They desperately need to get the score here on third and goal to have any kind of wild chance. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the end zone for a touchdown, and there's still a hill to climb, but they are still fighting, staggering, stumbling, but still upright and not finished yet.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guy's catching
game
the
against the
football,
Commanders.
secure,
They're
get
suffering
your
from
butt on the ground. And
during
most
the
of
last
the
2
time
quarters
when
of
you
the
do this,
Lions, so he's going to be unable to give it a go.
Now this team has
has the fifth lowest
consecutive
catches
wins,
by a
and
tight
when
end
you
in the
start
NFL this season and ranks
find
9th
ways
in
to
receiving
win
yards.
games,
Back
and you
tight end
expect
Elijah
that you
Higgins
perform well
is
enough
expected
to
to
do
fill
so,
in for the
and
Browns.
that's really hard to stop.
It's a mindset, Reese. This team has it right now. You can tell their players trust each other. Big situations arise in games. They're looking at each other in the huddle on the sideline, expecting to make the play that's going to help them win games. This team is incredibly mentally tough right now.
and you start to build that mental toughness when you start to string together positive weeks, and you start to string together positive plays.
On this list versus Jalen Milroe, but just how big of a swing could this game have in terms of the Heisman Trophy race? For the answer, we welcome in Sportsline analyst Mackenzie Brooks to the show. Mackenzie, well, it depends what kind of style you win in, right? So we see Jalen Milroe do what he has been doing. He could go from his plus 750 to down to plus 420, tied with Cam Ward to have the shortest. Kind of beats them and it's okay stats or whatever, he'd probably be second to Cam Ward. Still very impactful for him, just not as impactful. I'm going to flip to the other side. Carson Beck, if he has the quote-unquote stat smackdown on Alabama, you see him go from plus 1,600 to essentially inheriting Jalen Milroe's spot here around plus 750. But if he just kind of wins, he really only goes down to plus 1,000 because he won't really be credited with the win the way Jalen Milroe would have been credited. You can credit a Georgia win to a lot of different things, so it won't be as impactful. So his upside is pretty good, but the downside, if he loses this game and Jackson Dart goes out and puts up numbers in Kentucky, I think Carson Beck could be out of this race. So he has a lot more exterior things going on. All right, a lot of factors in this. For more, let's dive a little bit deeper into the matchup, but also what both quarterbacks really need to do in order to separate themselves at the top of this race. We turn things over to Jeremy St. Louis.
Yes, thank you very much. And I am not going to give my opinion on it because that's what we got this guy here for. Chip Patterson from the Cover 3 podcast, our college football analyst and writer. Chip, so I'll ask you here, your viewpoint of this big game. I mean, it's the game of the week, a game of the season, game of the century, whatever you want to call it. But when you look at this Heisman race, what is the impact for you for these two quarterbacks, depending on what the outcome is?
Well, first let's start with Carson Beck because now we've got a player whose performance so far does not line up with some of the NFL draft projections. You know, these NFL people that are like, okay, that might be your QB1, that might be the first one off the board, and yet, especially when you look back at the Kentucky game and even the first half against Clemson, you feel like it hasn't come together. But there's an opportunity for Carson Beck to be able to recapture the reason why so many scouts fell in love with him because coming out of the off week, Carson Beck last season came out on a tear, ripped up Florida, ripped up Missouri, ripped up Mississippi, ripped up Tennessee. And we're talking around 10 yards per attempt, multiple touchdown games, flirting with 300 yards passing in some of those. He has not hit marks like that at all yet this season. And I think that Alabama's pass defense is susceptible to being picked apart by a capable passing attack. And certainly I think Carson Beck is the most capable pass